Welcome to Boomhauer69's channel, and today Boomhauer's gonna talk about some electric vehicles he found at Alibaba that he thought was kind of neat. I'm not gonna go into all the detail specs. I'm basically just gonna show the pictures of the vehicles and what I thought. Like this one here, it's a neat little car. What is it called? Two-door, long-range, mini electric car. It's just mini electric car. I don't know the name, and even if I did, I wouldn't know how to pronounce the name. So, scroll down the bottom here to the product description, see if it pops up. There's what the little car looks like. Now, if I was rich and had the money, I shouldn't say rich, if I had the funds, I would probably, some of these, I'd probably order them just to see what they do. Now, I don't know how the shipping works on Alibaba, how you go about finding freight carriers and having it ship freight to your doorstep, I don't know all that stuff and how to get it imported. I don't know the shipping on that stuff. I'd have to learn. But yeah, I thought that was a neat little car. I wouldn't care for the color though. I'd see if they had different colors. There's similar products, I guess. There's a neat kind of one. There's a four-seaters. Yeah, there's, I guess, what it looks like when they deliver it. Now, I know with this stuff, if I did order this stuff, I'd have to find a mechanic to put it together because I'm not mechanically inclined. And I know for a fact that it wouldn't be one of those plug-and-play type situations. You would have to put things together and you'd find out that certain parts don't line up, so you would have to fabricate stuff, And then once you got through all the bowl, you would eventually have, something neat. Like here's another little truck, I think it is. Yup. Now, what caught my eye is this being a little cab-over truck, And I think it would be handy. I think this would be something neat that if I had a big old farm and I just wanted some kind of basic cheap China dunk and I didn't care how long it lasts, Because some of this stuff, you might get it and it might last you 3 to 6 months, a year, or 5-10 years, It all depends on the company, because I'll say this, I don't think not everything from China is going to be just utter complete trash, but there is a lot of trash that comes out of China, Just like here in the United States, In the United States, we have products that are really, really good. The company backs it. They stay good with the products, and then you got other U.S. companies that just make trash and they don't care, It all depends on the company, so it all depends on the company, so some of these little electric vehicles like this you could get and they'd be wow and cool and they last a long time, or they just might be complete trash, It depends on the company and the person who owns it, How much does the CEO, at the end of the day, the owner of the company, how much do they really care about their product, Personally, if I was a mechanical engineer, knew how to design stuff, I think it'd be neat to design my own little vehicle and stuff, I always thought it'd be neat to make some sort of micro car type setup. Scroll down here, there's what the pictures look like. I'll try not to scroll so fast, I don't want to give anybody headaches, but again, I'm me, so see if this loads here. I have not very good internet, so yeah. Must be these pictures are not gonna load. Try it one more time here, see if we can't do a refresh. Again, I don't have very fast, super good internet, so, and I'm just trying this out to see if anybody would like this sort of content, Because I want to try to make good quality videos where people are actually going to be wanting to watch them, Not just some video that people yawn at, But hey, if it does make you fall asleep, this video, you know, and you're having trouble with falling asleep, then, you know, I say good for you. See if this loads here. Company's portfolio. Now, again, I don't know how to order anything off from Alibaba. You know, I'm just some guy that's just showing some things that he found on here that I thought was interesting. Scroll down here and see if they have any pictures of the inside. Guess it's not gonna load. Well, we'll just click on this one and see what this one does. Now here's a nice little funny little pickup that I thought was kind of neat. Product description. Here's a picture. I thought this looked a little neat, you know. See if they got any pictures of the inside. There's another little shot. There's some related. Oh, there's what the inside looks like. Right hand, left hand drag. Obviously, I get a left hand drag. There's a little plug adapter for charge control. Now, some of these little micro vehicles, if you found one that was really good, the little electric vehicle, and you had a good shoulder setup, you know, hey, you know, you'd be probably high on the hog. But yeah, this, and they comes left-handed drive and right-handed drive. Looks like they got those mixed up there. That should be right and that should be left. So does that mean if I buy that, I'll actually get a right-handed drive if I say left and they, you know. Yeah. They're a neat little idea, you know, a neat little concept, you know. But yeah, you know, I imagine if you bought something like that, putting it together is going to be a pain in the neck, you know, so. We'll go back to this one and see if it loaded. I don't have very good internet, so my apologies to anybody who really want to see this. Scroll down here. Try to go kind of slow here. But yeah, the reason why I like this one so much is the cab over. I always as a kid growing up grew up around truck drivers and stuff, and some of them had cab over semis, you know, which cab over semis, which stands for cab over engine, which means the engine is underneath you. Yeah, and a little utility truck like that looks kind of neat, and I could see being a farmer having something like that around the farm, you know, if you wasn't too much worried about, you know. See if this loads. Yeah, I guess not. Well, here's another one that I found interesting. But I imagine the insides of these are all going to be kind of generally the same kind of setup, you know. Now this is called a mini Buggy Willy. Ah, the Willy's cheap. I thought this was really neat and cool. Let's see if it loads here. But yeah, this little Jeep here, I tell you what, I'd love to have that because it'd be fun to, again, it'd be a fun little vehicle to pull around in. If I could get it registered as an off-road vehicle, take it out on some trails and goof around with it, you know. I thought that was kind of neat, the way that looks. See if we can get some pictures here. Okay, I think it's working on it. There's about the description. There's some pictures. There's what the seat. I noticed it's got some different colors. I would go with the army green one and the green and really deck it out in like a kind of camouflage, kind of the green, and really deck it out and make it look something neat. Oh, if I was really rich and loaded with money, something like this little mini Jeep here, I'd get the one that's kind of decorated like a little Willy's Army Jeep, and then maybe donate a couple to a local, like, veterans or American Legion or something, you know. Some sort of veterans thing like a VFW, you know. If I was loaded with all kinds of money. Just so they could have something for, like, parade use, you know, for kind of like how those Shriners sometimes have the little mini cars and stuff. But basically what I would do with something like that, if I had that, I'd be tempted to figure out how to fabricate like a mini snowplow on it and try, because I live in a cold climate where we get snow, and I think it'd be funny to goof around and try to, you know, make a funny little snowplow, snow pusher out of it, just to goof around. That would be about the only modification on them. I think this was the one that also came with a winch, which, if you had a winch on there, then you could probably fabricate something. But basically what I would do is, for a plow on that, I'd probably get one of those cheap metal snow shovels and tear it apart and fabricate one, or find like a real cheap, you know, quad runner type mini plow or some sort of small plow and figure out how to fabricate on it and goof around. It probably obviously wouldn't really push no, but I would just maybe for looks and making a kind of like a clown car kind of thing almost. I would do. And I could see if you lived out in the country and on some old back roads, you know, and you had a bunch of kids, you know, you could let your kids enjoy that. Well, we'll click on this one, Adult Solar Mini. See what this one looks like here. That I thought was interesting because I forgot what it looked like. Now this one here, if it says claims to be front wheel drive, FWD, front wheel drive. Let's see here. See what it looks like. One thing too, you gotta be careful too on Alibaba is sometimes you can order something like this and not get what you actually ordered. I've seen things where some people order like a fancy electric car and they ended up getting something completely different than what they requested, so you have to be careful of a lot of scamming. Because you could order one of these electric vehicles and it not work completely at all, where it's just utter complete trash and doesn't work right from the get-go. And so you'd have to really know what you're doing for ordering it. You know, obviously I'm a person that don't know much about ordering stuff. I never ordered anything off of Alibaba. I don't know how it works, so I'd really have to educate myself. I guess there ain't no other pictures. So, must be these ones right here. Now it's loading, so it probably got more pictures, but it's just going to take a long time to load. But yeah, see if we can't get a larger image. Let's go here and click on this photo here. Now this one I wouldn't care for the color being pink. If they had other colors, I'd be more interested in seeing what it's all about. But yeah, this one here, I didn't care for the color. Now, if they had other colors, I would be more interested in it. But two, that's another thing. You could probably offer on here, order up, the color you want, and then they send you the wrong color, and you're like, darn it, I didn't order this color. And sometimes these companies just don't care, and then there's some companies out there that do care, so it all boils down to the company and how the owner cares about his company. Oh, here we go. There's some better pictures. And one thing now, some of these, there must be the little transmission. I imagine the radio quality in these are not very good. They're your basic cheapy. But yeah. But that's kind of neat, it's got the little automatic transmission there. To me, what they should have done is just add like a little shifter, instead of a little knob. I don't care for that too much. It looks kind of neat there. Your little key slot there. I would have put the key slot over here and then, but looks neat. And now we'll go to this one here. But yeah, I think it would be fun to have some of these and drive around in them and see how good they are and how long they last. Some probably last maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year, and maybe some 5 or 10. You never know. Now this one here, see if I'll scroll up. This one here, it kind of has that futuristic kind of look to it, but it's kind of, to me, a little bit interesting design. And then what I liked about this one here, I have to wait for it to load, because I have kind of slow internet. I will be in the near future upgrading to better internet, but right now I'm making do with what I got. See if they have any pictures here of it. But what I liked about this one is I liked how basic this one looked, This one looked like a pretty simple kind of modern car, and that's what I thought this one looked. I thought this one here looked pretty basic to me, and it looked interesting, and I guess it's called Mini M1 is the model. It says China factory 2-seaters, 7,000 watt electric car. So yeah, you'd have to have a pretty good solar setup, but if you had the money and you had a nice solar setup, this would be great to use here. Oh, it's loading the pictures. But yeah, I think it would be neat to have some of these. We'll wait for it to load. Patience is the key to success. But, you think about it, imagine having some of these and be able to drive them on the road and, get your date. I wonder how you women out there would feel if you saw a guy pull up in a little mini electric vehicle like that. Would you care, or would it throw you off, Would it kind of throw you off where you'd be like, obviously if you want to be a family man and you had one of these, good luck. Oh, there's the picture. That looks like the little transmission cup holder. Probably some of the cup holders are probably useless. Again, this one looks like it's got a little rear view camera. I wonder how how long that little backup camera would last. Probably wouldn't last too much. But I liked how basic and simple. This, to me, looks like something you would see on the road every day, like a normal car, you know. That caught my eye. You know, this one here looked more something, you know, kind of more out of this world, futuristic, kind of rounded, and it just looked neat to me, you know, looked like something that an alien would drive from outer space, or some Martian from Mars. That one there. Now let's go to this one here, the last one here, now. Here, let's see. See what this one. Now this one here, to me, looks more just like a basic golf cart. What caught my eye on this one here, I'll wait until it officially loads, is down here this green colored little one, the color green that caught my eye. I thought that was kind of neat, because I like green, you know. But this one here, I see some rich person using this one, obviously on like a golf course, you know. It would be a good thing for a golf course if you're, you know, it's really bad raining out, you know, and you happen to be out on the golf course, a thunderstorm comes along, and you happen to be out on the golf course. This would be a good one for hurry up, hop in, and get back to safety, you know. Say you're playing golf and it's a nice sunny day, and then it turns to a wet, rainy day. You could hurry up and get back to the course. But yeah, definitely a neat. I thought that was a neat one. Scroll down here to the pictures. See what the inside looks like. There must be a movie. You know, that looks a little neat. I know one thing, you won't have to worry about lighting issues in the daylight on that one. So you could definitely, while you're driving, you know, the passenger could look up and watch the sky and stuff. You know, it's completely all glass. The only thing is, I'd hate to have this one parked in the driveway and neighborhood kids playing baseball and accidentally throw a ball through the window. You know, you had kids and you had one of these out and about and somebody accidentally battered up. You know, you had your future baseball, what they call it, little league, you know. Yeah. Now, what I thought was interesting is how the windows work, you know. That would be a pain if you had to go through a drive-thru and you was ordering McDonald's or something. That was a little tricky to get your food. Now, some of these you could probably get street legal or register as an off-road vehicle, or you might not even be able to do both. You might not even be able to get registered as anything, and just, you can only drive on private property. So if there's somebody looking at this stuff, make sure you know your laws in your state that you live in, or country, or whatever the case may be. Don't be going buying something and find out you can't really have it, or you can't really do nothing with it, you know. So yeah, so you want to think about that. And then be careful, because there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of, you know, negativity. They even got little vans too. I didn't know that. But yeah, if you like this sort of content, you know, feel free to subscribe to my channel. You know, I just tried to do this video here of me just being me and and stuff, and what I like and stuff, and basically this kind of stuff, it's entertaining to look at and stuff, and maybe in the near future, if I get the funding and I have the money to spend and buy these little toys, and I figure out how to get something like this delivered to the United States and all the shipping finesse, I might do it and then do a video about it later on in the near future. Who knows? But yeah, if you like this sort of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll probably do more of this sort of stuff, and I try to, best to my knowledge, describe this stuff and what I liked about it, Again, the little cav-over one, I like that because that reminded me of the old vintage cav-over semis that used to be around, because I had family members who were truck drivers and they used to drive cav-overs, and I really thought cav-overs were real neat. And this one here just kind of reminded me of a little bit more funnier golf cart. And then that little red one here, this one I like because it was real basic and just kind of simple. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of content, Comment below what your thoughts about Alibaba and electric vehicles, or have you ever ordered anything off net? I personally never have, and basically what your thoughts about electric vehicles are, and hope you all have a good day, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's probably a kind of long video, but I hope you all have a good day, and